Barack Obama was once broke, buried in student loans, and driving a beat-up car. Now he's raking in millions from Netflix, dropping $12 million on beach mansions, and flying private like it's nothing. Oh, and did we mention, he might be richer than any ex-president in U.S. history. So, how did Obama go from food stamps and community meetings to living like an absolute boss? This is the trillionaire life of Barack Obama, early life and education. Before the million-dollar Netflix deals and private jets, there was just a skinny kid growing up between Hawaii and Indonesia, searching for identity, purpose, and a place to belong. Barack Hussein Obama II was born on August 4, 1961, in Honolulu, Hawaii. His father was a goat herder from Kenya who earned a scholarship to study in America, and his mother was an anthropologist who studied rural development and worked with NGOs. When Barack Obama was just a baby, his father left for Harvard and eventually returned to Kenya. When he was 6, his mother remarried to an Indonesian man named Lolo. The family moved to Jakarta, where Obama ate rice and rode motorbikes through crowded streets, causing his mother to fear for his safety. So, at age 10, his mother sent him back to Hawaii to live with his grandparents. He attended the Punahou School, an elite private school in Hawaii, where he stood out because he was one of just 3 black students in the prestigious Punahou Academy. There he played basketball and quietly battled the weight of being different, but even then, something burned in him. It was a hunger for purpose. He left Hawaii for California. After 2 years at Occidental College in Los Angeles, he transferred to Columbia University in New York City, from which he graduated in 1983 with a degree in political science. But Barack Obama wasn't looking to climb the corporate ladder. In 1985, he made a decision that would define him. He moved to the south side of Chicago, not as a politician, but as a community organizer. He worked in broken neighborhoods, helped laid off factory workers, taught kids, sat in church basements, and listened. This was where he found his voice. That voice carried him all the way to Harvard Law School, and there he made history, becoming the first black editor of the prestigious Harvard Law Review. The kid from Hawaii had become someone to watch, and people were watching. Journey to become president. In 1989, during a summer internship at a law firm in Chicago, Barack Obama met a woman named Michelle Robinson, a young lawyer who was assigned to be his advisor. By 1992, they were married. Michelle became his rock, encouraging his every pivot from classroom teaching to community meetings to public office. Eventually, he won a seat in the Illinois State Senate in 1996. There he worked with Republicans, passed laws on ethics and health care, and built a reputation as a rising star. Then in 2000, he ran for Congress and lost. Most would have stopped there, but not Barack Obama. He kept going. And in 2004, he ran for the U.S. Senate, and this time he won by a landslide. Interestingly, in 2007, with just 1 Senate term under his belt, Barack Obama announced his run for president, which made certain people laugh. But 1 year later, he had beaten the Clinton machine and secured the Democratic nomination. And on November 4, 2008, history was made. Barack Obama became the 44th President of the United States and the first black man to ever hold the office. People often say when you've led the free world, you don't just go back to a normal life. You build one that feels like freedom. And for Barack Obama, that freedom lives in his properties, expensive properties. Let's start with Martha's Vineyard, a $11.75 million oceanfront privacy mansion. This isn't just a house, it's the kind of estate that could sit on the cover of a high-end lifestyle magazine. This mansion sprawls across nearly 30 acres in one of the most exclusive parts of Massachusetts. The main house, about 7,000 square feet of airy, open design. It boasts 7 bedrooms, 8.5 bathrooms, and views that stretch over Edgartown Great Pond all the way to the Atlantic. And outside, it stretches further with a private beach, rolling fields, a boathouse, a guest house, and also a barn. Even the pool sits in silence like it knows whose name is on the deed. Now glide into Washington, D.C., where the Obamas dropped $8.1 million on a stately brick mansion in the Kalorama neighborhood, one of the most exclusive corners of the capital. This 9-bedroom, 8.5-bathroom residence isn't showy, but it radiates status. There's a custom-built security wall that screens the entrance, and inside, a converted garage-turned-private office gives Barack Obama his thinking space. Even the finishes are modern, but classic. The Obamas bought it after the White House, not to stay in the spotlight, but to stay close to the levers of power. Now to Chicago, the city where it all began. The Obama family owns a Georgian revival home in the Kenwood neighborhood, valued at about $1.65 million, though the market would likely put it much higher today given the attention it draws. This home is nearly 6,300 square feet, with 6 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms. It's guarded, quiet, and largely unseen. But insiders say it is filled with classic interiors that hint at a different era in the Obama's journey. And then there's what we don't know. Rumors say Barack Obama was eyeing a Spanish-style mansion worth over $5 million in Hawaii. Did he buy it? While no confirmed mansion has been documented under their name, Barack Obama has spent considerable time at high-end rentals along the Kailua coast. And given his roots, it's not hard to imagine that he has a discreet investment in paradise. In total, we're looking at over $20 million in real estate spread across elite locations like D.C., Chicago, and Martha's Vineyard, with whispers of more under wraps. And as you know, not every president leaves office with a garage worth envying. But Barack Obama was never just a president. He was a presence, and even his choice in cars tells you that. Car collections. Let's begin with a legend. It's called the Beast, and it's less a car and more a bunker on wheels. Custom-built by General Motors, this Cadillac stretches longer than a pickup, weighs more than a tank, and moves like a threat no one dares test. We're talking 8 inches of armor plating, bulletproof glass, run-flat tires, and sealed air systems in case of chemical attack. The doors are as heavy as those on a Boeing 757, the fuel tank is explosion-resistant, and the driver's training is top secret. The cost is easily north of $1.5 million per vehicle, with a fleet always on standby. What's next? Every former president needs a getaway vehicle, and for Obama, it's the Chevy Suburban, but not your everyday version. Think bulletproof, blacked out, customized with communications tech, and strong enough to plow through barricades if needed. It's the favorite of the Secret Service for a reason, because it's big, quiet, and built for sudden exits. They don't come cheap, either. Customized versions run between $60,000 and $100,000 or more depending on the gear inside. And when Barack Obama steps out of one of these, you know he didn't call an Uber. Also, there's talk that Barack Obama added a Tesla Model S to his post-presidency collection. This isn't the car you buy to flex, it's the car you buy when your flex is not needed. The car is an epitome of clean power and silent dominance. With a price starting at around $81,000, the interior is all about premium, minimalist touchscreen, autopilot tech, vegan leather, and performance that rivals supercars. While there are no paparazzi photos or big reveal about this, it makes sense for him to have this. Then there's the Range Rover, the luxury SUV of diplomats, CEOs, and those who wear power lightly. Often seen in all black, it features plush leather seats, ambient lighting, touchscreen infotainment, panoramic sunroof, and terrain response system.